Well, I have to go to work. Somebody has to support the generations of children who hate me.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here in my review of the film Goodrich. A story that is as old as the beginning of time begins like this. A highly successful man is dedicated to his job in order to provide for his family. However, his family resents him because he spends too much time with his job and not enough time with them. This eventually leads to the family turning on the man, leaving him with nothing but his job. It may seem too simplified, but in reality, Goodrich is a story of a man who is guilty of the sin of not giving the women in his life enough attention. Michael Keaton stars as a husband and a father named Andy. Andy wakes up in the middle of the night to a phone call from his wife, who has just told him that she has checked herself into a rehab facility for the next 90 days, and she refuses to make contact with him during that time period. Andy is forced to take care of the couple's young 9-year-old twins while his wife is in rehab. As Andy struggles with the understanding of how he found himself in this situation, he realizes that he hasn't been as present as he thought that he was, as it seems like everyone in town knew about his wife's drug problem except for him. Now he has to pick back the pieces of his life by trying to reconcile a relationship with his adult daughter, played by Mila Kunis, along with trying to keep his struggling business afloat during one of the most trying times of his life. There's something to be said about it going back to an old school style of filmmaking, or at the very least an old school style of storytelling. Michael Keaton is back doing another film that doesn't have any superhero tie-ins, but it's simply a story about a man realizing that his attempt to be a successful businessman had let down the people in his life as a result. When it comes to the smaller roles that allow him to be more character-driven, Keaton is usually pretty solid at being the leading man of a story. The film Goodrich allows him to play both elements of comedy and drama throughout the lens of a successful art gallery owner whose life is seemingly falling apart at the seams, yet he's the only one who's surprised by the results. Mila Kunis is in the movie playing his daughter Grace, who is an expecting mother struggling with the resentment that she feels that she never got access to the great relationship with her dad that the newer children has received as a result. On one hand, the film is certainly a movie that, whether intentionally or not, highlights the importance of having a father figure in one's life and the damage of having an absentee dad can do to a family. However, there's one glaring flaw in the story. You're watching a movie where one character after another is lambasting Andy for not paying enough attention to his family. However, the character himself seems to be a pretty decent guy. Andy is not neglecting his family because he doesn't care about him. He's simply too busy to manage his multi-million-dollar business to give him the attention that they need. If anything, he's guilty of unintentionally making poor decisions that affect those around him. So when the film goes out of its way to make him the villain of the story, the audience isn't connecting to this reality because they're not seeing a man who's causing a wedge in his family out of malice. In a lot of ways, you could consider Goodrich to be a Hollywood Hallmark movie, but the story presentation is giving you life issues through the lens of someone living in the Los Angeles elite. The target audience of this film will certainly be looking for more wholesome content. However, this film is not going to be able to relate to those people, as the overwhelming majority of people in the country are not multi-millionaires living and dealing with life the way the people in Los Angeles do. Most families don't have nannies, a big house, multiple families, or an uber progressive clientele like many people who live in the upper class of California seem to have. In a lot of ways, this is a story that mirrors the upbringing of the writer and director Haley Myers, who was the child of two parents well known in the entertainment industry. This is a story that will certainly hit home for Haley, but she may be on her island by herself when it comes to connecting with anyone else. With that said, Goodrich is certainly a solid film that is in essence a stroll down memory lane when it comes to the simplicity of Hollywood storytelling. I give this film a 3 out of 5.
Where's Mom?
Mom had to go back home for a little while to see Grandma. You know, she's getting older, so...
Grandma's the same age as you.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's a good deal older than I am, but anyway.